of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, after show time, which is we're doing this on Christmas Eve, which is a couple of days before Christmas. We have, of course, the ever-present and almost popular Jim Kinsey.
Near popular.
Near popular. And we have a guest for the after show. I'd like for you to do the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the world-renowned locally, Tina May.
Hi, Tina.
Well, hello.
So you got roped into being our call screener today because Michelle had to go actually do something. How was it? How was your experience doing call screening for us?
Well, how much do you want to know about that?
Yeah, there's the crazies and the folks who started their Christmas celebrations a little early.
Yep.
A little bit. I thought he was kidding when he said, some people might be hard to understand. Oh, yes, they were. I thought he was playing a joke on me and had a bunch of friends call or something.
If he had thought of it, he would have done that.
That's right. Hey, next time you fill in.
We'll
I won't quit my day job.
Probably be a good idea. Now, from what I gather, you are not exactly new to firearms, though.
No, I'm not new to them. Now, I know Michelle Cleland, but...
Yeah, but who is, right? Multi-generational in the whole deal.
Yep.
So what's your background? In guns, that is.
Well... I was always raised around them. We're not sharpshooters or anything like that, but we've always believed in the Second Amendment and taught our kids to do the same. And I especially like to encourage women to not fear guns, because that's their biggest thing I run into is they've never shot one and they're afraid of it. This is your solution to the fear that you have of being a victim.
And fear is so debilitating. It's such a horrible feeling, and no one likes the feeling. And you say, look, you can actually make that whole fear thing go away, and we can do it in about, 20 minutes. Come to the range with me, and in 20 minutes, I guarantee you it'll be gone.
I agree with that completely. But I was different. The first time I shot a gun, I loved that power. I loved the idea that I could stop something dead in its tracks, So there might be something wrong with me there, but...
No, but now the phones are going to start ringing. People go, so I know you said you got kids, but maybe, never mind. It's a whole different
they're
thing.
grown. It's okay.
Oh, okay. All right, good. All right.
And they shoot.
No, and they shoot too. Yeah. Exactly right. Well, that's pretty cool. So, so who first got you into shooting?
My folks did.
You did that as a youngster then?
Sure. Just, at home, recreationally, shooting pop cans, things like that. My sister was Annie Oakley. I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn and got teased about it, but it didn't make me not like to shoot. I still could use some practice, but I do have my handgun, and I feel safe having it.
So you do have a carry gun?
I do. I have a 38 Bodyguard Smith & Wesson with a Crimson Trace laser.
Ooh, nice package.
Yeah.
So what motivated you to get a carry gun and start carrying?
I live alone. I'm a nurse, and we work odd shifts. I'd be driving home at 3 a.m. I always wanted to carry, but I didn't have my permit and didn't really want to go to jail. So
lose your job and all the rest of that stuff. Yes.
For quite a while, I held off because I was kind of stubborn about even a carry permit. I didn't feel like I should have to have one. And
you're right about that, but it just is what it is.
Well, it became more important to be able to carry, so eventually I did. I bought a gun. And
that's an interesting way to put it. It became more important to be safe than to be obstinate about, yes, we shouldn't have to get a Mother May I permit on this. I get that.
Right.
I understand. Did it change anything in terms of the way you felt? It was like give you a sense of, okay, I feel like at least I have an option here?
It's funny you say that because that's what I tell any girlfriends. If we're talking about guns and carrying, it was immediate relief. Fear, driving at night, being alone anywhere was gone just because I knew that was there. I would, in the past, drive by somebody sitting at the side of the road that looked like they needed help because I was too afraid to stop, where I make different decisions now because I have it. Mm-hmm. And the fear did go away. It's just not there.
I would jump in to say, and you want to make sure you're not saying, well, I will go do something now I wouldn't do before. If you felt like it was not safe before, it's not something I would say, well, I'll go into a bad part of town necessarily,
No.
or take chances because I have a gun. But, man, having that option there where you say, if something goes really nasty here, I have something more than a cell phone. I have a way to possibly, no guarantees, but possibly get myself out of this situation.
It is huge.
Relief.
And, I didn't mean, I'm going to take extra chances and, run into a gunfire. It means I might go get that gallon of milk at 11 o'clock at night now. Just the simple, normal things that being a woman alone at night, you would probably think twice about sometimes.
I said something one time when I was talking to a group. I bounced this off of you. And I said, most men don't think about safety and security all the time. And I said, and as far as I know, every woman thinks about safety and vulnerability many, many times every single day. Am I right?
I think you could be right. I mean, I'm sure that's not really a question that can be generalized.
No. To put a fine point on it, men don't think about being kidnapped and raped, generally speaking. And that's a real thing.
True.
I mean, that's it's just something that women, and being, frankly, physically not as big, not as strong, generally speaking, as men, women tend to be more vulnerable. And I think to some extent, when you get a gun, know how to use it, start carrying, there may be even a bigger, and I want to say freedom and relief that comes for women than for men.
I agree with that completely. That's not anything I've ever thought about, but yes, there are more perks for women, I think.
Interesting way of putting it. I like that. Yeah, more perks for women, more benefits there. I'll tell you what, I want to take a quick break here. We'll come back, and Jim made a savvy purchase this week.
Potentially regret.
Yes, well, that's going to be for you to share. That's your choice. You have about 60 seconds to figure that out. Okay, we'll be right back.
Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. Shopguntalk.com.
Tired of searching the web for the best deals on guns, ammunition, and gear? Download the free Gun Dealio app today for deals and discounts right at your fingertips. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, optics, lasers, gun safes, targets, gun cleaners, grips, slings, and much, much more. Save money on products you want from the companies you love. New deals, discounts, and rebates added daily. Gun Dealio, available for free in the App Store and Google Play.
All right, we're back with you here. We're visiting with the lovely Tina, who is filling in for Michelle on the call screen and doing a great job, and also swapping some good stories, Tina. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And Jim bought him another gun this week, and I've never heard of anybody having buyer's remorse as quickly over such a good deal.
Oh, it was a great deal, and I'd say that I don't need another pistol, but none of us need that kind of negativity in our lives.
Well, yeah, and I would just hurt you because I know that you've learned better than that.
I raised you better, Jimmy.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine. We had a group chat we've had for several years, a text, and just, buddies would text each other 3 a.m, stupid joke kind of deal. He sends me a picture of a gun, says, hey, my buddy's kid's selling his gun. Do you know anybody interested? And he sends me a picture, and I look at it real quick, and honest to God, I didn't even zoom in to see that it was a Smith. I knew it wasn't a High Point, so I was interested. So, sorry, High Point guys. We'll hear from you, I'm sure. So I just said, what's the guy want for it? He said $350, and I just threw it out there. I didn't need to purchase anything. I said, I'll tell him I'll give him 2. And he laughed. We LOL'd back and forth.
Sure.
5 minutes later, he says, he'll take it. I'm going.
So now you got to actually look at it and see what it is you just bought.
Right. Well, even then I still did. I'm like, okay, it's hot. This guy's a troll. How do you know this guy? Well, he's my best friend's kid. Oh, okay. I said, so this is legit? He says, oh, yeah. So I arranged to meet the guy. I figure, okay, Christmas, I'm not going to. Ideally, you could buy it for 2 and sell it for 3.5 or 4. But no, I'm not into that game. So I said, well, I'm not going to lose money on it. It is a Smith & Wesson M&P 40 cal. So it's got 3 mags and everything. So I get there and I see the guy, and he says, here, I got this for you, and he gave me the case. You know, he had the case, and the serial numbers matched and all that. He's like, I got other accessories I'm not going to be able to use, and he gives me in the waistband holster. I'm like, okay, cool thing. Uncle Mike's kind of deal is great. Thank you. And he says, I got these mags, too, and 1 extended and 2 stock mags that came with, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, thank you, that's great. And he says, hang on a second. He runs back to his car. He goes, I got this shoulder holster rig, which I'm not a big shoulder holster fan, but, it's still cool. Yeah. He gives me a shoulder holster, and on the opposite side, it's got mag pouches, which I've never had in a shoulder holster before. So I said, oh, that's kind of cool. Thanks. He goes, yeah, not going to do me any good. That's great. He's real up-tempo about the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I, got a read on the guy, and I knew that my buddy had given me the straight scoop, which I expected nothing less, and it was what it was said to be, and I just got a great deal. That's great. So I, thinking in my mind, wow, I just, throwing it out there. You never know what can happen. This is okay.
Right.
And 15, 20 minutes later, I get a text from the guy. He says, hi, this is such and such, and I just wanted to thank you for making my Christmas. He's a handicapped vet, which I didn't pick up on. I'm guessing PTSD because he was walking around finding stuff. He says, I'm a handicapped vet, and I had no money for Christmas. And hang on a second here. He said, thank you for making Christmas possible for my kids.
You're such a schmuck.
No.
So now what do you do? Now you've beat the guy down, and you found out, oh, yeah, great. I did a disabled vet who was trying to get money for his kids, and I just beat him up on the price.
And he's happy about it. And he's happy about it. Yeah, so I've got a couple ideas whirling around in my head. I found out where he lives, and I may drop off Christmas dinner or something to him and the kids or whatever. But I'm not sure exactly what. But I've stalked him a little bit. I know how to find him.
Oh, okay, good deal.
So I got a couple ideas, but it was heartwarming. It just made me feel like such a schmuck.
But you didn't know.
Well, yeah, had I known, I wouldn't even try to, negotiate on something like that,
I understand. No, you wouldn't.
But I didn't, and I do now. So.
Okay, well, that's all right. It'll work out, and you got a nice pistol out of the deal because you needed a pistol.
Right. I only have 2 40s, so, everybody, things come in 3, they said, so I had to get that third 40.
So now you need more 40 ammo.
Right, isn't it? That's a bad situation to be in, so I went out and I bought a bunch of 44 mag ammo by mistake.
Because you bought a 40, and now you should get some 44 mag ammo. We need to have a talk here.
Right. Now that I've got 7,000 rounds of 44 mag, I'm just going to have to go out and buy another 44 mag for it to fit in.
No, so what 44 mag did you get again?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying I bought so much wrong ammo, but instead of returning the ammo, I'll just buy a gun that it fits in.
Oh, hey, you remember when you couldn't buy guns and couldn't buy ammo? There wasn't anything on the shelves? Yeah. The guy called me. He said, says, I just scored a case of 223 ammo, man, and you can't find it anywhere. He said, and I bought it, and I'm walking out the door, and then I realized I don't own a rifle for 223.
Buy what you can get back then, huh?
Boy, that's right. There were actually times when if you could just find any ammo, buy it, whatever the caliber was, and then go find a gun for it.
Right.
It was weird. Now, for those who remember that and have those searing memories of that, that's possible again. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but all it takes is just some kind of a run on it. Mm-hmm. And, in investing, they have a thing they call dollar cost averaging, where you buy a little every month kind of a deal in stocks and all. And that's not a bad way to go. You just say, I'm going to throw, $50 or whatever your number is. Mm-hmm. And each month I'm going to buy that much in ammo, and I'm just going to add it. You don't have to go out and buy, thousands of dollars worth of ammo at a time.
Right. Just a box a month or whatever.
A little bit of time. Just put it away. I mean, it's not true that ammo is good forever. We just discovered this. Yeah, we just recently went out shooting, Ryan and I did. And we were actually doing some sporting clays. And so we grabbed some shotgun ammo from the storage unit. This is stuff that probably is 40 years old.
Wow.
Shotgun ammo. Well, metallic ammo may be good for practically forever, but not so with plastic shotgun shells. Because the end where the crimp is, they were splitting and swelling, and we were having to ditch about half the ammo.
Wow.
And then at a certain point you start thinking, well, if I'm throwing away those because I literally physically cannot get them into the gun, they won't fit into the barrel, should I really be shooting the ones that do fit in there?
Yeah. Extraction's overrated.
Yeah. So just that whole ammo lasts forever. It doesn't really. Metallic ammo is pretty good.
But the powder and primer still held up?
Powder and primer's fine. They went out. We were breaking targets with them.
Okay.
But just the physical, the plastic, you know how plastic ages over the years?
Half-life's down, yeah.
Yeah. It cracks and splits, and right around the crimp where it's actually bent the plastic over, I guess it's a stress point, and it was splitting, and so you're going, yeah, not good. Gotcha. So anyway, the moral of that is shoot more, store less.
Well, maybe in your cost averaging example, maybe buy 2 boxes and shoot one. That way you're always shooting, and
that's true. You can put them aside. Or at least don't keep them for 40 years and do like I've done, which is move them all over the country 14 times. Ask my wife. So,
Yeah, you had her move a lot of those boxes, didn't you?
Yeah, right. You know that. All right. Well, Tina, thank you so much for being with us today. This has been fun.
It has been fun.
And as we head into Christmas, by the way, I have to say, I did love the story of the guy who his dad was giving him the guns and going to have them include the story with each other. That was just as it's supposed to be.
It's funny because sometimes you do stuff, you don't know if it ever has an impact or anybody ever, hears it. Does anybody ever act on the stuff? And then to hear something because that was months ago you talked about that. And to have him call in and now say, wow, there's things do resonate with people. You don't always know it at the moment.
So what you're saying that people are listening, and I really should be more careful about what I say?
Yeah, we have a guy that's listening to you. It's great.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's always there.
Our listener, he tuned in.
That's right. Sure hope he doesn't take a vacation. Boy, it would be sunk. All right. Well, you guys have a really, really safe Christmas. Be careful with the fireworks and none of this. In some places for New Year's Eve, particularly New Orleans, they have a tendency to go outside and shoot up into the air. And we would like to reacquaint people with the concept of gravity. What goes up does come down eventually, so let's not be doing that.
Yep. We lost a local girl here a couple of years ago to that. Amish girl driving her wagon down the road, took a stray round from an idiot.
For an idiot, absolutely. Don't be that idiot.
Yep.
I don't care. I don't care where you are. Don't do that stuff. In the meantime, but we are the responsible ones, so we're going to be safe. Yep. We're going to be with family, and be careful out there, man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gundealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.